You've heard this popular quote from Mark Anderson, and I'm sure you would have heard it, which is software is eating the world. So what that essentially means is that every business today is fundamentally becoming technology driven. That brings a very pertinent issue at hand, because if every business is becoming a core technology business, they now need to continuously engage with the developer community. The ability to reach out to developer community is becoming very essential for businesses. And I think that's where HackerEarth comes in. If you ask me what is HackerEarth, HackerEarth is a platform where developers from all across the world, they come onto the platform, they solve problems, they practice programming concepts, they participate in challenges, hackathons. They essentially come back every day to improve their programming skills. And because we have an access to this developer community, we act as a gateway for these businesses to reach out to them.
Okay, and why is the concept of hackers relevant in India?
So if you look at India, if you look at globally, we've got close to 11 million IT professionals. India alone houses close to 4 million developers. So that's like 25% of the IT population. And we're building a platform for developers. So I think India gives us a very good starting ground, because if we can capture India, then we've already solved 1/4 of the world's problems. We ourselves, my co-founder and me, we both are developers ourselves, and we never looked at in the beginning, we never looked at how money would be made. Where would our business model come from? And developers are centric to the entire thing that I've just spoken to you about, right? If there are no developers, we don't exist. So I think that focus on providing developers the thing that they want has been instrumental in our growth, because if you are focused in that, you'll do things, you listen to your users, you'll do things with what your users want, and that will kind of help you grow. Yeah. So as I said in the beginning, essentially with this engaged platform for developers, where we have an access to this developer community as a platform, and we also know what are the skill sets. So HackerEarth has the ability to say, okay, this person is a good C++ developer, or this person is a good Python developer. So this allows us to kind of sell this intelligence to the businesses. Okay. So if a company wants to engage with developers, they want people to build applications on top of their API, and they want Python developers to do it. So we allow them to target it. So as I said, HackerEarth acts as an outreach platform for a lot of businesses, and that's how we make money. We charge to the businesses, not to our developers. Yeah. So we raised $500,000 in 2014 from a firm called Prime Venture Partners. So these are the guys who created Snapfish in the US, sold it for $400 million, came to India. They're Indians, and they are running their own venture fund. It's pretty accidental how we met them. So I was pitching at a conference. This guy was a moderator there. He liked what I was doing. We met them. And you won't believe, in 3 weeks, we had closed the round. And we were not even raising at that point of time. Absolutely, absolutely. So I actually believe in that motto. Local solutions do lead to global solutions. Local problems do lead to global solutions. But one needs to understand the nuances of each and every geography that you aim to expand to. So India as a country is fundamentally different from from a country like US. Ticket size is higher, paying capacities are higher, sophistication is slightly higher there. But if you build a solution and it has a common thread across all geographies, you need to identify what is that common thread. Once you identify that common thread, the product, your sales, your marketing has to be modified and adapted to that particular geography. So I think I completely agree with what you said.
And you're already settled in everywhere in the world, like in the US, in Europe and everything?
So from a community perspective, we've got users all across the world, and most of it has been organic. We don't have to set up anything there. We haven't even spent a marketing dollar outside of India. But from a sales perspective, yes, that does require focused attention. So right now we are focusing obviously in India, but we are also focusing on Southeast Asia and the US. So I think we are at the cusp of a big trend, and because we've started early, we've got obviously a head start. So I think this can go places, and because we are approaching it from a very different perspective. See, we're not solving the problem, okay, let's do technical recruiting, because then you're just limited to it. We're first creating a base of developers. Now a company could use it for hiring, it could be used for building developer relationships, it could be used for internal employee engagement. There are multiple use cases. So I think over the years, we'll continue to expand our application, but we'll be restricted to just the tech ecosystem. But that's a fairly large problem to solve.
Can you explain us how someone quits Google to build its startup in India?
Well, it's not that tough. It may sound a little difficult, but it's not, because it was always a matter of when and not if. So we knew we would do it. We were just waiting for the right opportunity. We got into the accelerator. I thought, it's good time to put down papers, because you can always go back to the corporate job. It's the switch from a corporate job to a startup that's difficult. Today I can go back and I'll be at a 5x position of what I was 3 years ago. So I think it's not that difficult. It's just a mindset.